Actually, last weekend I was in
Coventry.
Coventry.
hmm
You know Coventry well?
I do actually. Went to university around there.
Yeah, so did I. I don't know if you remember, but I went to the same university as you.
We went to the same uni.
Went to the same uni.
No way.
Yeah, and we met a few times at uni. I don't know why.
What? I wouldn't remember that.
Why wouldn't you remember me?
I'm not sure.
Bit suspicious, bro. But yeah, I was in Cov over the weekend.
Wait.
Um,
Hold on.
What's up?
This is the GrassTooth Podcast.
So yeah, I was in Coventry. It was basically Jade's friend's birthday, right?
Mhm.
So went to Coventry, and like I've had experience of Cov before, right? And my experiences were largely not negative, but like I just felt the place was a bit. I don't know how do you describe it? It's a bit.
I feel like
weird.
on the outside, yeah, weird. I would definitely say on the
Mm.
outside, it seems like a normal kind of place, but if you look a bit deeper,
Oh, that's not how I.
it's a bit strange.
No, even from the outside, it looks quite strange.
What's weird about it?
No, so like my viewpoint of Cov and my experience of Cov wasn't largely great. It was a bit weird, and I'll go into those stories in a bit as to why I kind of think that of Cov, right? So, but because of that, I was basically warning these guys, listen, fantastic that we're going to Cov, really, really great
Wait,
choice.
Firstly, whose idea was it to go to Coventry?
Theirs. It wasn't me, man.
And what, like, they were like, oh, Coventry.
Yeah,
guys,
they
why
were
not
like,
go
listen,
Coventry?"
let's go Cov. There's a cheap place, and I'm like, listen, there's plenty of cheap places elsewhere. We don't have to go to this place. And I was like, listen, guys, expect the worst. This place isn't that great. We might get stabbed. Let's whatever. And they were like, you know what?
You're not getting stabbed in Coventry.
You are getting stabbed in Coventry. Coventry is a booky place, man.
Okay.
It's a very anyway. So we went to Coventry. We're there over the weekend, and actually, to my surprise, I think it's gotten better. I think it's kind of nice now. Like it feels quite safe when we're walking around.
Wait, so your experience of Coventry from when you went to uni was spooky, and you
was
might get
very
stabbed.
yes, it was very weird.
Whereabouts in Coventry did you go?
So okay, that's the thing, because this time round we went to Coventry, the city centre, right?
Right.
When I was at Cov a handful of times, might I add, back when I was at uni, and this was like what 6-7 years ago. It was like more near like Canley, so kind of not really Coventry, but kind of
Right.
just outside Coventry. So maybe it's the kind of outskirts and the more ghetto parts of Coventry potentially.
Uh-huh.
But I only really went into the city centre like once or twice really. But when I went, it's actually quite nice, man. Like I don't know if it's gentrification. I don't think it is. But
Did you see the Lady Godiva statue?
whereabouts is that?
It's like right in the middle. If you go to like city centre,
Is it inside like a telephone booth, like a big telephone booth?
I don't think so.
Who's Lady Godiva?
So Lady Godiva, the story of Lady Godiva. This
Yeah.
is me, like half remembering what I do remember.
Yeah.
It's this lady whose like lord husband tried to raise taxes for the poor,
Right.
and she was like, "Nah, we're not doing that."
She's a
And
good person.
She's a good person, and
She's
her
one of the
husband was
lads.
like, "What are you gonna do about it? You're just a lady, man. What are you gonna do?"
Okay.
And she's like, "If you do that, I'm gonna ride around Coventry on horseback naked."
Did she do that?
And she did it.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a statue of her in the middle of Coventry
So there's a naked woman
on a horse.
on a horse
Yeah.
in Coventry.
She's not in the telephone booth.
She's not inside the telephone booth.
No.
So who was that I saw inside the telephone booth?
I don't know. It might have
mean,
just been a guy.
It was a statue. I'm pretty sure it was a statue.
Oh.
It was of someone. If any of you know who I'm talking about, put it in the comments below.
The statue, man.
There's a statue, yeah. But I mean,
Before you carry on, though,
yeah.
there's also another statue. So the
Might be
phrase,
the statue I'm talking about.
it might be. Is it inside a shopping mall?
Oh no, it's not inside the shopping mall.
Where is it?
It's like it's out opposite the church, opposite the cathedral. And it's not a telephone booth. I'm pretty okay.
It's like
just
a display case.
It's like a it's like a display case. It's
Is
like
it outside or inside?
It's outside.
Okay. I
No,
don't
the
know
statue is inside the display case.
Yeah, no. Obviously, it's inside the display
No,
case. I'm asking, is the display case outside
The
or
display
inside?
case is outside.
Okay, fine. It's not the same thing.
Okay, which one are you?
But I was talking about the display case inside.
Right.
So if you go inside, like, if you find the statue and go inside the shopping mall just behind it and go upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
in a display case, there is a guy, right? And this guy, when Lady Godiva was going around, it's rumored, when she was going around horseback naked, everyone went inside their houses because they wanted to give respect to her, except for one guy who was just looking out the window at her as she was riding by. And the phrase "peeping Tom" came from him. And if you go and look at him in the display case and look at what he's looking at the statue outside.
You're lying.
No, fully.
That's where it came from, Peeping Tom.
Peeping Tom, yeah.
Is his name Tom?
I don't know, probably.
I mean, it has to be, right?
I'm sure.
Why do we Wow.
But this is why, because like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I feel like I'm in a strange place right now.
Yeah.
Like, who thinks like this?
Coventry's, wow, it's got all of this history. I didn't actually know. I mean, I've heard of Lady Godiva, but I never thought she was from Coventry.
And also, back in the olden days, whenever someone upset the king,
right,
or if like someone was seen as like, evil or like not okay, the king would banish them to Coventry. So the phrase "send him or her to Coventry"
right,
is like, I'm sending you out to exile to this place. So all the bad people ended up in Coventry. So I think that adds to that spooky vibe that you're talking about.
I think it probably does, yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, going back to my original point, I was surprised because it's actually quite nice now. I don't know whether it might be a new crowd. So when I went last weekend, there's a lot of Asians, like my sort of Asians. So I'm South Korean, and there was a lot of my sort of people there. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I'm just saying it's a new crowd. I just think it's a new crowd, and maybe I just felt comfortable. I don't know. In the presence of my people, but it was a lot more, I don't know, man, just a lot more, there's a lot more diversity, a lot more friendliness, which I didn't experience the first time around. So I was really surprised, and we had a good time. As I mentioned, went to the cathedral, did a bit of shuffleboarding and a bit of axe throwing at the Boom Battle Bar. Boom Battle Bar, if you want to sponsor us, then just.
How was your axe throwing? Were you good?
I was good. I was really good. I won in the end. Nice. So yeah, I'm very proud of myself. Did some activities, had a good time. But yeah, no, just a real shock, because obviously, so going back to why my experiences of Coventry were quite bad, right? I mean, it's based on two main things, right? So the first thing was an experience that I had. First year of university, I was on campus. And just to confirm, we both went to Warwick Uni. We didn't go to Coventry Uni, but
hey, there's no need to.
No, but just to,
like, you're saying that like it's a point of.
No, just because.
Oh, you should be ashamed if you.
No, Warwick's not based in Warwick. That's what I mean. Warwick Uni is not based in Warwick. Warwick Uni is based in Coventry. So we were in Coventry for our first year. Huh?
You're not flexing.
I'm not flexing. I'm not. Listen, I'm not about that, man. I'm not elitist.
Okay.
I am. Good. I'm a good man. So we were based in Coventry in our first year, and me and a couple of my housemates were like, you know what, we're quite hungry. Let's go venture out into Coventry and just see what's out there. And we saw there was a Domino's in Coventry, right? So we were like, you know what? Let's not order, which is the normal thing to do. Let's just walk over there and just explore what Coventry has. And this is literally within the first 2 weeks of us going to uni, right? So we walked out, right? And literally 5 minutes into our walk, we're walking down this long road. And in front of us, there's like this woman. And she's walking really slowly away from us. So she's walking in the same direction as us. But like, she's not walking straight. She's kind of like hoddling over. Like she's got a bit of a strut to her, but something.
She's walking towards you.
No, she's walking away.
Away, okay.
But then we can see her stride, but she's walking very slowly. So we're catching up to her.
Yeah. And
then when she's about maybe like 5 meters away, so really not that far away, she just stops in the middle of the road. She just stops, and like us three are just like, what's going on over here? And she takes out like a needle from her bag,
and
a needle,
like an
injection needle thingy.
Oh,
yeah, and it had like fluid in there,
like
right? A syringe,
okay.
Yeah. And then she just injects herself, and makes this. So she injects herself, and then basically just does like a sigh of relief, kind of like like that kind of noise. And at this point, me and my friends are just like, guys, are you seeing this? What is happening here? And then she just she just puts the injection back in and just walks off again at a faster pace. So we were just like, yo, man, what? This is literally the first 5 minutes of us experiencing Coventry. So yeah, since then I've just had my guard up, and I've just always been a bit like wary about going out in Coventry. And then my friend, I've got a uni mate who you know as well. I won't say his name here. But he lived in Coventry in his first year, or in his second year, and he said to me, listen, I'm trying to get rid of my bike. Right. But he was telling me this story. He said, I was trying to get rid of my bike, and he was like, do you know what? I couldn't be bothered to go to the dumpsters and throw it away there. So I'm just going to leave my bike out in the front yard.
Yeah.
And he went back into his house. 5 minutes later, someone had stolen the bike. So that's what Coventry was. I mean, it could still be like that 6 or 7 years ago, but this time when I went, it's pretty good, man. So, you know, a big glow up with Coventry.
Do you think Coventry is, like, in terms of that, like, lack of safety, do you think it's worse than London?
As of right now, no.
Okay, no, but back then.
Back then, yeah. For sure.
Really?
Coventry was pretty bad,
I feel like we
man.
had two completely different experiences at uni.
Do you think?
I felt it was so, like, dull.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like, you'd walk around and it was...
So you didn't see
Just
any weird
country
people
life
you didn't see any weird people in Coventry?
Not really, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they say if you don't know anyone else that's weird, you're the weird one. So maybe people looked at you
100%.
and
makes a lot
thought
more
this is the
sense.
guy that makes Coventry feel really unsafe.
Yeah. I
Potentially.
was that
I'm not
old,
trying to-
I was that old
You were that
lady.
guy.
If you'd come up a bit closer, you would have seen me.
Did you ever walk around with injections by any
I
chance?
might have done,
You
yeah.
have? Okay, fine. But yeah, no, big up to Coventry. A massive glow up. I checked
well done,
actually
Coventry.
on...
You guys did well.
Well done, guys. I checked up on Google. And Coventry was voted the 17th worst place to live in the UK.
70, how many
17th.
How many places
Out of
were
about
there?
50. So
70 out of 50?
17th. 17th worst place in the UK, which is, I mean, I don't know if that sounds good, but it's...
Was London in that list?
London wasn't on that list. But it's
So it's like the bottom 50, okay,
yeah,
cool.
but it's a remarkable achievement because I'm pretty sure 6 or 7 years ago it was in the top 5. So it's gone down.
You see, if I'd seen that, I'd be like, oh, it's because it's so dull.
Really?
But apparently, yeah, it's a horrible place.
It's not. I mean, it's good now. So you know, again, big up to Coventry, doing the West Midlands very proud. So yeah, that's you know, that was my time in Cov. Very good time. I do recommend for you to visit there if you haven't.
I don't think I will.
You won't.
Oh, for them if they want to go.
Oh yeah, guys,
yeah,
visit Coventry. Honestly,
I've
very
spent
good
enough
place.
time in Coventry.
That's true. Anyway, what's been going on in your life? What's been happening?
I feel like there was a bit of a synchronicity in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Both attended concerts recently.
Yes.
I went to the A.R. Rahman concert. It was at the...
Who's this geezer?
Oh, he's not a geezer.
Who is he?
I think the most like important musical figure in my life. Like I've grown up listening to his music. He's basically a film music composer from South India. He's Tamil as well.
Represent.
And yeah, just he's one of the most important like musical figures in my life.
Is he he's like a Tamil Hans Zimmer, basically?
He's Hans Zimmer. He's like Hans Zimmer. He's like John Williams. Like all of that.
John Williams.
You see this?
Do you know what sort of territory you're going into right now?
For me,
really,
I listen to his stuff way more than I do listen to Hans Zimmer's or John Williams.
Is he solely film music? Or
no, he's got a couple of like.
He's made kind of like just normal songs as well.
But
right.
Mostly, I'd say 95% of the time is film music. Yeah, and because a lot of Tamil films are musicals, it'd be like songs as well. It won't just be instrumentals and soundtrack pieces. But yeah, I went to his concert. We were quite far away, and we were seated, which is probably the worst combo.
I don't mind it if it's seated. I mean, to be honest,
I hate it if it's seated.
Really?
I went to see Frank Ocean seated.
Oh no, that's not.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to be up there?
I'm right front row, sort of person, front row standing.
Oh, should I tell you
reaching out my hand sort of guy.
I think I'm not the opposite of you, but I'm similar. If I see an artist that I really like or really enjoy, I want to be in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Like I want to be up there and I want to be like fighting people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then if it's someone I don't really, it's not that I don't care about, but I just don't really know, or like I don't really know their music well. I don't want to go up there because like.
Yeah, of course.
Like
you want to go and chill, and it's like you don't know all the songs, so you can't like be in that situation where you're like in the midst of it and everyone else around you is singing, and you're just like, let me just hear the music first, you know?
Yeah, honestly, like so. I mean, so the concert I went to, well, the is it A.R. Rahman? Is that his name?
Rahman.
Seems like an absolute legend.
He's a legend. He's an actual
legend. Yeah.
He is. Sorry, before you go into it,
Tell me.
There's like these eras, right, of Tamil music, film music, and I would equate him to what Michael Jackson is for his time.
Oh wow,
That's the level he's at for Tamils. For me, especially.
Wow, really?
Like that level of just like owning his craft.
And in terms of the types of music he creates, like for example, let's talk about John Williams and Hans Zimmer, because you mentioned them, right? John Williams is a very musically like orchestral type of musician. Hans Zimmer is a very kind of, he has a bit of a, he uses kind of the digital synths, but his music is it moves people, right? Well, what sort of film music does he make? Like what's his style?
I think one of the first things that he did to the industry, the film industry, music-wise, was he experimented. Like, firstly, there was the quality of music itself.
Okay.
It improved. It jumped up as soon as he entered the game. And then he experimented with, like, Western styles a lot more than, like, his predecessors had.
Right, okay.
And what he did, he fused that with Tamil styles. Like, kind of seamlessly. Like, if you listen to it, it sounds both Western and Tamil at the same time.
He's a pioneer.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Really? I rate that.
So, but who did you go and see?
No, so I saw another legend. I mean, a legend for me.
Okay.
I don't know if I think you'll probably agree. Mr. Weekend.
Mr. Weekend.
Mr. Weekend.
Is that his name?
That's his name to me. Yeah. He's not The Weekend. He's Mr. Weekend.
Mr. Weekend.
Yeah.
I am a fan of.
You're
Mr.
a big
Weekend.
fan of Mr.
Yes,
of Mr. Weekend. Yeah, I saw him. It was for my birthday actually. So
Happy birthday.
It was my birthday was in May.
My birthday was more recent than yours.
Oh
so.
yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, my birthday was in May, but we saw him in the back end of August, I think. It was basically his last show in London, or in the UK actually, and it was in Wembley. Yeah, this guy's just insane, man. Honestly, musically, just in terms of his performance, everything was just insane. And he did a bit of a thing where he kind of performed songs from all of his albums, not just his new one, all of his kind of old ones as well. So, Starboy, Beauty Behind, like all of that kind of, all of the albums that are just goats. He's just, he had the bangers out. Yeah, just a great experience, and it goes back to my point actually. Like with his with artists like him, I'm happy to be in there and just get immersed in it. And actually, halfway through, it was pouring with rain, and like because Wembley Stadium's open, the rain just comes. But like I was like at the end of it, I was soaking wet, but I just loved it. I just loved the energy. I loved the fact that everyone was singing along, as was I. It was just a fantastic experience. The only annoying thing about that night, and again, it goes back to why generally, if it's not an artist I like, I kind of don't like that experience of being up there and pushing and being kind of pushed about. Basically, me and Jade, we've queued up for about 2 hours, right? And we're in there. We've been waiting near the stage for about 2 hours, right? And we got a good spot. Literally about 20 minutes before the weekend came on, for some context, there was like a couple next to us, right? We were waiting, right? And Jade was on the floor. She was just sitting down because she was wearing like these shoes, which were basically like brick flops, because obviously she's quite short and she wanted to see the weekend, so she wore these bricks on her shoe on her feet, which made her about 5 inches taller, right? And her feet were clearly tired, so she was just sitting on the floor resting. And then it's starting to get packed now, but there's a few people sitting around, like Jade, and then this couple had like friends that came. There was like 5 or 6 of them that came just straight in, just pushed in, disregarded everyone else, just pushed in. And they were like passing around drinks and popcorn and stuff, and it was just spilling all over Jade. So like Jade's just giving them like the death stare, and I'm just like kind of looking at them going like, guys, like what are you guys doing? And they were just like, oh, sorry. And one of the guys came up to him and was like, listen, tell your girlfriend to not sit down. And I was like, bro, stop dropping stuff then, like be more mindful about other people. Were they
drunk?
No, I don't think so. I think they were not that drunk at this point, right? Okay. Anyway, that's the first incident, which kind of got me a bit like, there might be some stuff going on here. About 20 minutes into the concert, one of the girls has like a full drink, and she's just jumping up and down, but she's spilling all of her drinks, and it went all down my shirt. And I just went, oh my God. Like, again, I just looked at her and she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just like, what you doing, man? Like, just behave yourself.
Whereabouts in the crowd was this? Like, this
was about 5 people from the stage.
Okay.
So about 5-10 people from the stage. So we were at a very good spot. My neck was still hurting because I was still always looking up. Yeah. but we were pretty close, right? But then she just spills the whole drink all over my arm, and that kind of ruined it for me a little bit. And then literally about 10 minutes after that, they stopped pushing to get close to the stage, and there were like at least 10 other people around them going like, guys, what are you doing? Like they were just literally pissing everyone off around them. So like it's just incidents like those, like when you go to a concert, I can handle it if it's an artist I like, but if it's someone I don't really know,
you don't want to be stuck in that
I don't want to be
environment.
part of that, because it's just like I don't even rate this artist enough to want to be here. Do you know what I mean? So that was my experience. Overall, very, very great. I think The Weeknd is amazing.
I agree.
Great artist. Do you agree?
I have a little concert story as well. I went to a Death Grips concert a couple of years ago.
Nice.
And I was right at the front. I was at the barrier.
Yeah.
I don't know if have you listened to much Death Grips? Do you know what they're about?
They're quite crazy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Quite like
violent music. That's
yeah.
what I'm talking about. And I don't know, I always try and get to the front, and I just didn't realize how crazy and intense it was going to be. I was crushed. Like the barrier was just on me, and I was just I was just watching them. Yeah. But I could barely breathe. And I refused to give up my spot. And like many times I was like, I'm going to pass out in a bit.
Oh, no.
But I managed to make it through.
And was it worth it, though, for Death Grips?
Yeah, I think it really added to the experience. It's just like...
It really put the death in death, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, wow.
100%. Okay.
No, because, I had a similar one with, do you know Goldlink?
Mm.
When he popped off on the scene, he had a concert in Brixton Jam, and I went to see him. And I was dying. Firstly, the first reason was I actually had a really high temperature at the day, so I was feeling sick already. But secondly, there was one song, which is his main song. It's Crew. I don't know if you've heard of Crew. Yeah, it's a mad song. When Crew came out, right, there was a mosh pit, and I almost got trampled to death. Like I was literally in the middle of about a 25-man mosh pit, and I literally felt like I felt like I was inside a blender. I genuinely thought I was gonna get like diced up. And like that lasted, it probably lasted about 15-20 seconds, but to me it lasted an eternity. And I was like, please get me out of this. Like I'm about to die. But at the end of it, it was worth it, because it was an artist I really liked. I sang to all of his songs. It does add to the experience. I know what you mean, like that near death experience. It really does add a bit of color. But yeah, no, that was The Weeknd, man. Amazing concert. Good times.
The Glass Truth?
Is it time for the Glass Truth now?
I think it's time for the Glass Truth.
Let's do it.
The Glass Truth. Making sense of nonsense.
This is the Glass Truth, people, okay? You thought it was just me and Yoni telling you about our lives? No. This is an analysis of events happening right now in the world.
Dissection.
Resurrection.
What?
I don't know.
Just saying random words at this point. Firstly, also, big ups to Juan for that intro.
Yeah. Oh, fire. Straight fire.
He's our Mexican friend who does all the voiceovers for our intros. Really.
You'll be
really
getting your paycheck soon. Not anytime now. But
not anytime right now.
sometime in the future.
Yeah.
So
it's your turn this week, isn't it, to find...
Yeah, and I did find some things that interested me.
What have you found?
We finally have the answer to the age-old question. Who is in Paris?
Emily in Paris?
No, it's not Emily.
There's not Emily in Paris.
Bed bugs.
Yes.
There are bed bugs in Paris. There are bloodsuckers in Paris. Who would have known?
And I'm happy.
Who would have known? Why are you happy about that?
Because I hate Paris.
I feel like it gets a bad rep because...
It deserves it.
No, like... Okay, listen, it's a city.
It's worse than Coventry. Paris is worse than Coventry 6-7 years ago. I'm telling you this right now.
Why?
And I went to Paris 2 years ago.
Right.
1.5 years ago.
Why did you go to Paris?
So I went to Paris for a lovely reason. It was my girlfriend's birthday.
This is the problem. Straight away, this is the problem. Because you go there expecting a certain sort of je ne sais quoi. You know?
Croissant. Okay.
You go there thinking, oh, it's romantic. I'm going to go there with my girlfriend. It's going to be nice. It's not that, man.
No, but I understand that. I've never had that, though. Because I don't watch films like you do, right? I haven't watched any French films where, like, there's a... I know...
What did you know?
No,
What
There's
sort
a
of
lot
French
that I don't.
films
There's a lot
you
that I
think
don't
I'm
know,
watching?
right? No, but I know the image that Paris has. It's a
Right.
place for love. It's a place for really nice baguettes and ratatouille, and
Uh-huh.
I understand that, right? Lovely food, all of that kind of stuff, right?
Ratatouille. There you go. That's Paris, man.
No, but like I understand it, right? I understand the image that Paris has, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't, because I never really got on with that.
Mm.
But I just went to Paris because, like, the Eurostar tickets were cheap,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And my girlfriend talked about Paris, and she went to Paris before, and she liked Paris. So I was like, you know what? Let's take her back there. I've never been to Paris. Let's experience it, right? So we went, and literally the minute I stepped out of the train station, bro, racism, like aggressive homeless people, and I was like, you know what? Let me just
get back on this
let me-
Eurostar.
let me just go back home.
We do a
Let me
U-turn.
just go
real
back
quick.
home. Let me just go back to Coventry. I was like, you know what? Let's stay here. It's such a dirty, not a nice place.
Do you think
man.
London's clean?
No, London's not clean. But Paris, okay, maybe I hyped Paris up in my head.
Yeah,
and
there
it
you
just
go. This is the problem.
But it felt very short of that
Yeah.
hype. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's why. It could be that. But
Have you heard about this phenomenon? Apparently, a lot of like Japanese tourists have this,
yeah,
where like Japanese tourists go to Paris
Mm.
and you see them just like really upset and like crying, and it's this thing where Paris is built up in people's heads so much, and it's seen
Right.
as this like pinnacle of like European
Mm.
culture, that the reality of the situation just completely shatters that illusion
Right.
and brings them down to tears.
It's seen as a city of love, but when you go there, it's just
The city of hate.
wow. That's so good.
And
But
the bed bugs.
But why Japanese people though? Why is it just
I think
Japanese
it's
people?
it's a society that's so far from the truth of it,
Right, because they're quite
Yeah.
globally quite far.
literally far. Yeah,
Because who did this? Who just looked around and saw Japanese people and went,
it's
he looks quite upset.
it's
What's
going on?
What's happened to him?
Maybe they're just upset as a people.
They're
Who
just
knows?
like, oh, that's quite sad. That's quite sad to hear. But
But these bed bugs.
these bed bugs, yeah, that's kind of like does anyone know where it's come from? Like any
There are
any scientific
theories of
research
people saying people are going abroad and bringing it back with them.
right?
But like everyone goes abroad.
yeah, because why is it just Paris?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it's the true darkness and evil of Paris just finally
I think so. Yeah.
scattering around.
Yeah, that sounds legit. I actually, because I saw this as well. I saw this happen, and I read one of the comments, and one of the comments was it's like a conspiracy. Well, okay, not really a conspiracy. It's just a comment, right? And it says something like maybe the French government implanted all of these bed bugs
For
because
what?
it doesn't want tourists around, like London. tourists around.
Mm,
You know how like in Amsterdam they did a ban on selling alcohol after 4 p.m.
Right.
because so many British tourists would come and just get so rowdy
Right.
that they did that to try and deter people from England.
But they've got the
Coming.
Olympics coming up, don't they?
That adds an interesting spin to it. Bed bugs before the Olympics.
What is the spin?
There is no spin.
You're just creating
But
spin out
I
of
think there
nothing.
could be a spin, right?
Yeah,
We can spin
could-
something. We can spin something out of this.
Sure. We do that as our homework for this week.
Maybe another country implanted these bed bugs because they want to just downplay the beauty of Paris. You know,
Who's on the top of your list of carrying out this scheme?
potentially the British.
The British.
The British hate the French, right?
They didn't want to.
It's the Japanese.
Oh,
It could be the Japanese.
Listen, I
It
think
could be the really upset the upset Japanese people that have done all of
just
this.
opening crates of bed bugs.
Going around
Fly,
into parks
my
and finding all of
pretties.
yeah. It could be. It could
That's
be.
disgusting. On another piece of GrassTooth news, there was a horse, a pony, that tried to get on a bus in Devon.
In Devon,
It was the 57 bus,
the 57 bus.
and the pony, it was probably stopped at a bus stop somewhere.
Really,
Pony just tried to get on.
with an Oyster card.
I don't know. This is the problem. This is the sort of journalism's lacking these things.
Mm.
These are the questions. Was that pony a paying customer?
Mm.
Would you have a problem if it did have an Oyster card?
If it didn't have an Oyster card, I would question why it didn't have one. Because like, who are you to get on the bus without an Oyster card, right? Also, did that horse have a job? Was it commuting to work?
Do you know what this made me think about?
What?
You know when you're on the tube
Mm.
and a pigeon just flies in, and you're just like, you got wings, you can fly wherever you want.
Why are you on this?
Why are you on this tube? Where are you trying to get off at?
See, those questions never came to mind. But now, whenever I see a pigeon on a train, I will start fighting it.
100%. Because we as humans have created this whole system of like, the tube. We need to get to places. We're not like you, Mr. Pigeon. We can't fly wherever we want to.
We had to create aeroplanes.
Exactly.
These cost so much money to fly aeroplanes.
My guy's just chilling.
And he's got that he's got that skill.
We
that
do
none
all the
of us
hard
have.
work and he just swoops in.
Pigeons take the piss, honestly. Do you know what I mean? Why? That actually angers me. No, but I hope this bus paid. I hope this pony paid, man.
100%.
Yeah. So ponies just getting on buses nowadays. Did it not have like a handler or anything? Or
I don't know.
Who's doing this journalism, man?
Where are the details?
Find the name of this guy or this woman. Why are they not doing it properly, man? Do their job properly.
We need to find this pony. I think if we can get the pony on as
I
our
want to meet
guest
this pony, actually.
on our next show.
Yeah. Let's do it. I want to meet this pony. Crazy. So, what's the content? I mean, I guess animals?
Animals, yeah. I think it's just all going down. Might be the apocalypse, man.
What animals act? What, just animals coming out of their shells and
just doing
just taking over the world? Getting on the trains, getting on buses.
Have you seen BoJack Horseman?
I have seen BoJack Horseman. Yeah.
Could be getting there.
Maybe that pony was filming
The new season of BoJack.
Is it season 6 that we're on?
Season 7.
Season
maybe.
7, yeah, potentially. Okay, really interesting. Going back to the bed bugs actually, just for a bit. I've heard they're actually coming to London now. So, as in, I'm
How are they coming to London?
Because British people that go to France
and they're getting on planes.
And they get on the Eurostar back to
the trains. The bed
and
bugs
planes.
are getting on the trains.
They're on humans, and like I don't
care what they're on.
But then they're on humans, and those humans come back to London.
But I've just explained how I'm not happy with these animals getting on our modes of transport without paying.
Yeah, but that's another discussion. I'm saying it's happening. It's already happening.
Would you be more or less upset if they had their like passports and everything? Little bedbug passport.
I feel like passports are a bit too advanced. So I'm okay with them not having a passport. Right?
But an Oyster card.
But I think they need to start creating, how like we go through passport control.
Yeah.
They need to have those stations down in the airports for like animals of different. And like if there's a horse coming through, it needs to be a horse stamping.
I completely agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Then they're no different to us.
Close the borders, man.
They're no different to us, man.
Open the borders?
Open the borders.
Okay, fine. Open the borders, man.
Open the borders. Because I studied law and sociology in at uni. One of my sociology modules was about the intelligence of animals. That's what we study in sociology, right? And like they were talking. This was 6-7 years ago. They were talking about like how intelligent animals are, and like how I saw this video of a dog. It recognizes numbers from 1 to 5, right?
What does that even mean?
Essentially, if the owner says 2, then the dog taps her twice.
Right.
Something like that, right? And they were just like, this shows that animals are super intelligent. They're like us in many ways. And I just said, listen, like that's impressive for a dog. If I did that, I'd be sent to hospital. Like that's not.
Why are you being sent to hospital?
Because that's not. Imagine if I'm going, I can count to 2. I'm so smart, and everyone's calling me smart. There's something wrong with that, right? Right. So the threshold for what counts as intelligence for animals is different, right? So I said that, and a lot of people stared at me and were a bit like, "Come on." Man.
At what point would you be like, okay, you know what? Animals are intelligent.
If they can start speaking my language.
That's all it takes.
That's
just speaking a language. So, but like a 10-year-old could do that. As long as it's like a 10-year-old's level of intelligence, you're fine. That's an intelligent species.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they are getting smarter and smarter. I mean, if this pony's finding a bus to get on.
Do you think that the pony knew this is a bus? This will take me somewhere.
Yeah.
I think
the pony has a job, personally, and it was commuting. That's what I think. Because like, How does a pony look at a bus and go, you know what? Let me get on top. Let me on board the bus. Like, unless it's seen like patterns of human behavior and went, oh, listen, this guy's getting on it. Let me jump on with him.
You don't think it's just a stupid animal that was just wandering around?
I don't think so. There's one documentary I want to watch actually. It's called My Octopus Teacher.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I've heard it really showcases the intelligence of an octopus, animals in general. So, kind of want to give that a go.
A good friend of mine said he's watched it multiple times and he's cried multiple times.
I feel like because
is it the same
I got
friend?
this from my friend.
Yeah, I think it might be the
like
same friend.
we have a mutual friend that's telling us about this.
Did he go to school with us?
He did go to school with us.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, it's the same friend.
Does he gym quite a lot?
He does.
Yeah, it's the same friend. Yeah, I saw him watch it.
Okay.
And
cool.
he was I think he was very emotional. Like he said to me, it was quite an emotional ride. So I might give that a watch. Let's I might give that a go this week. I want to watch it this week. Are you gonna watch it as well? And then we can discuss it next week. My Octopus Teacher.
Sounds like a plan.
But yeah, man, smart animals. They're starting to take over.
They're out there.
We need to be
careful, people.
We need to be careful.
Okay. Next time you're on the tube, you see any sort of bird.
If you see a pigeon,
you ask for its oyster.
You need to argue.
You ask it.
All right.
Okay.
Fight the pigeon.
Fight the power, and that is the GrassTooth.
So, I was watching this interview, right? It's with a guy called Michael Francesi. Have you heard of Michael Francesi?
I feel like you're saying his name wrong, but if you were saying it right, I would know.
Michael Francesi.
Francisco?
It's not Francis.
Okay.
Michael Francesi and the other person you'll probably know, Jordan Peterson.
I know Jordan.
Right. So I was watching this interview, and it's a really interesting interview. And Michael Francesi, basically, he's a former like mobster. Like he was part of like one of them like US, like the kind of mafia like gangs in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was part of the Colombo family, one of the main families at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like quite high up in the organization. Regardless, they were doing like this sort of interview, right? And you know how Jordan, it was kind of weird because it was an interview, but it didn't really feel like an interview, and it's because Jordan Peterson, he's like what is he? He's like a psychologist. So it almost kind of felt like he was kind of diagnosing him a little bit. In a sense, it's a really interesting interview, right? So I implore you to
what do you mean he was diagnosed? Like it seemed like he was studying him instead.
Studying him.
Okay.
He asked questions, right? But instead of how like in a normal podcast you ask or in a normal interview you ask a question and they answer and you go, oh okay.
Yeah.
He's like oh okay, I see why you did this, and it's because maybe it could be because of this or that or this, and maybe it's this. Like it's really interesting, right? But this kind of question came up. And so it made me think of this question, which I wanted to ask you and get your thoughts on it. It's quite an interesting question, right? So it's essentially a kind of a would you rather type question, right?
Okay.
But this is the basis of the question. Would you rather always know the truth about something, but you're never able to lie? Right? So you always know the truth.
About, when you say about something, do you mean about everything?
About just generally everything,
okay.
Right? So you know the truth, but you're not able to lie about anything.
Yeah.
Right? Or would you rather be able to just freely lie?
Right.
But you'll never know the truth about
anything. You'll never know the truth about anything.
About anything. You'll never know the truth about anything. So it's a very interesting concept.
What did you think about it? What was your response?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, no.
I think for me, so with the latter, which is, you're able to lie, but you'll never know the truth. I was kind of thinking, is that partially not what we live with at the moment?
Yeah.
We all have the free will to lie, but we don't know the truth about anything.
I don't agree with that, but carry on.
Oh, you don't?
That's a whole different thing. We'll talk about that some other time.
Okay. But I feel like if you want to lie, you can just lie.
Yeah.
Right now. And that's the only thing that the truth part is the bit that gets me, because obviously we don't know the truth about everything, but we also know some truths as well. Do you know what I mean?
Do we know some truth?
I know we do know some truths.
What truth do you know?
Some small truths.
Like what?
That we both like The Weeknd. That's the truth.
How do you
Is it
know
not?
I'm a person and not just a character in your dream?
Because you exist.
How do you know I exist?
Because you're in front of me.
How do you know I'm in front of you? How do you know you're not in like a virtual reality world and it's just this is what you see?
I think my mind's just shut down a bit.
But go on.
I don't. The answer to your question is, I guess I don't. This could be I could be part of the Truman Show or something. This
Yeah.
could be a. You could
This
be
is the most
you could be a
blatant
figment of my
place we
imagination.
put the camera. We've hidden it so many times, but now we've just got the camera right.
Are
in
you
front
genuinely
of
my
you.
friend? Are we doing this?
So, guys, the delicious and refreshing Coca-Cola. I love the Truman Show, by the way. It's the top tier film.
It's amazing.
Great film.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting concept.
So is that just for me, or is it for everyone? Does everyone know the truth about everything, or is it just me?
I think let's just do it for just you.
So this is the world that we live in.
Mm.
I know the truth about everything, but I can only speak the truth. So where does that put me? Am I like a Jesus type character?
So what? This is if you know the truth, but you're not able to lie.
Yeah.
I said, make of that what you will. Make of that. That's a superpower that you have. You're just not able to lie.
Is it a superpower or is it a burden? Just being.
It could be both. Yeah, that's my point. Because there could be sticky situations where this is my point. Like, you have the ability to lie.
Mm.
Not in this example, but if you do, then if it does get sticky, as much as lying is not a good thing, you have that ability to try and save something. And this is why the question came about. Like, what's more powerful, like being able to lie, or being able to know the truth, or not know the truth, but like protect yourself, if that makes sense. So the reason he asked this question was apparently he went into an argument with his wife about like he said himself, like he doesn't want to lie, and he tries to stay truthful, right? But there are some times where he feels like he needs to lie. An example is, say if his son committed a crime, he would lie to protect his son, to say I did it, to protect his son, right?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently he got into an argument with his wife about that because she was saying you're still lying, right? So he proposed that question to Jordan Peterson, and then Jordan Peterson shared his answer, right? So that's where the question came about. Like, I guess the ultimate question is, would you prefer the ability to lie, or are you happy for you to lose that power to be able to lie?
See, what I got from that question is, do I want to know the truth? I don't care about lying or telling the truth. What I'm concerned about is, do I want to know the truth about everything, or do I want to live in a world of uncertainty?
That's my point. My point is, the latter is closer to what we have at the moment.
What, the uncertainty one?
I don't know the truth.
No,
100%.
Yeah.
There's so many things, fake news, everything.
But
There's so many things I don't know.
Do you want to know about everything? The truth about every single thing?
It's 50-50 for me, because I get your point. I think knowing the truth about everything is an absolute burden.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll mess me up quite a bit. And I don't.
Do you remember Donald Trump, after he first, they took him to the room to give him the president talk, and he came out of there and he looked visibly shaken, like he'd found out some things he never knew he was going to find out.
Yeah.
He just it's like that
times 10.
Times
infinity.
Times infinity.
Yeah,
that's the amount of shakenness.
I don't think I'll be able to live after. That's the problem. I'd rather. They say ignorance is bliss, right? I'd rather that than knowing everything. But then there are some people who are intrinsically very curious about the world and just want to know everything, right? It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, I think life is like an equation that can't be solved, and once you get the solution, it loses all of its magic.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
it's true. If you have all the answers, it's not as fun anymore, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, this got quite deep, but let me go back to the original question and follow up with a much more non-intellectual question. Right?
Okay.
Slightly more situational question.
Okay.
So again, you're either able to, you know the truth, but you're not able to lie.
Mm.
All right. Or you're able to lie, but you don't know the truth. Right.
Okay.
Say you pick the first situation.
Right.
So you know the truth, but you're not able to lie.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you've chosen as your path. Say you went to the toilet
Mm.
and you left a disgusting trail
Mm.
in the toilet. Yeah.
Mm.
Skid marks.
Mm.
Terrible skid marks.
Mm.
Really, really disgusting. Right.
Okay, I get it. I'll
Okay.
confess. Yeah, it was me. I did that. Oh, go on. Hit me.
And then you walk out of the toilet, right? And as you're walking out, it's a public toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're walking out, someone sees you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they see the skid, because you left the door open, they can see the skid marks in the toilet bowl, right? And they go, hey mate, was that you?
Yeah.
And you can't lie.
I don't care.
You don't care?
As in, I'd be like, oh, my bad. I'll go back and scrub it. That's it. End of the story.
Really?
Like, the level of...
Okay, say it's not a random person. Say it's someone that you have a massive crush on.
Yeah.
Say it's the love of your life, but she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, it was me. I wouldn't lie to you.
And you think she'll like that?
And I don't want that to be the foundation. That's when I confess my love to her. Just after she pointed out the toilet. Like, this is the perfect time to tell you.
I'm an honest guy.
I'm an honest guy. I owned up to that. That's disgusting.
That's quite hot.
There you go, you see?
I
To
think
you.
That would work on me. That would work
Yeah,
on
yeah,
me. I don't know if that would work.
That would work on you.
That would definitely work on me.
Yeah, it probably would work on me as well. Like, damn.
It would, right? Because it's firstly impressive to see something like that in the toilet in the first place, but then to own up to it. That's a different level, right? That's now I respect it. Okay. Well, you've answered my question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's amazing. But yeah, that was my question that I wanted to bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions for me, or?
I do have a question for you.
I'm interested. What's this?
Say
Is this an intellectual question, or is it?
Yeah,
I just need to warm myself
of
up.
the utmost highest level of intellect.
Highest level of
So
intellect.
just take a moment.
Let me just turn on my intellect.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Are you good?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Okay. You're walking down road. Okay, and you run into a mysterious man, and he says,
What does he look like?
This man right here. You walk into him, okay?
Okay.
And he says, Yonhak.
Just tell them my government name like it's nothing, but yeah. Do you want to tell them my NI number as well?
No. We're going to bleep that out.
Okay.
They say Jack. Is your name Jack?
My name's not Jack. But in this context, yeah,
Okay,
fine.
Jack.
Yes?
The mango, the banana,
yeah,
and the watermelon.
Yeah.
These fruits three.
These fruits three?
Yeah. I'm at a point in my life where I've reached this level of power that I can get rid of one of these fruits all around the world.
Just deplete them.
Never to be seen again.
Wow.
I'm giving you the choice to get rid of one.
Really?
Which one are you? Choose wisely.
I mean, listen, I have an answer, but
I fear for all of humanity that it's the wrong answer.
I feel like it is. I feel like a lot of people disagree with me.
Okay, what's the answer?
But I don't care about being different because that's what my parents taught me. They taught me to be different.
What's the answer?
They taught me to go against the status
grain.
quo.
Okay.
Right? For me, and I can already feel the uproar in this room. I can feel the uproar in this room, but also for any viewers watching, I mean the 5 people that are watching us right now. I'd get rid of the banana. I'd get rid of the banana.
That doesn't even make sense.
Why does it not make sense?
How could you get rid of one of the most like important fruits?
Important to who? It's not
To
important.
everyone.
It's not important to me.
Do you know how?
Hey,
I'm actually processing.
That's my opinion. Why are you so upset?
I'm still this guy. I'm still in
You
character.
can't get angry at me. You
He's
asked me an
like-
intellectual question.
Why? Why would you get rid of it? Explain yourself.
Why would I get rid of it? I mean, okay. I mean, I'm kind of not that I'm joking about the answer. My answer still remains the same. It's not as easy as that, right? For me, okay. Let me start with the watermelon, right? Actually, no. What's your answer?
Watermelon.
Is it warm?
I'd
Okay.
get rid of.
I'll start with the watermelon, right? For me, with a watermelon, right? It's one of those fruits where, like, I don't have it a lot, but when I do have it, and typically it's during the summer when it's really hot, and there's a cold.
So 1 second.
Yeah.
I've told you that I'm getting rid of one of these fruits in the entire world.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've just gone off of what your personal preference is.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah.
Go on.
I mean, if you word it like that, no, it just makes me look like a piece of. But yeah.
Go on.
Okay,
Carry on.
Does no one know about this, or does everyone find out that?
No, they're not gonna find out.
No one's gonna find out.
No one's
Yeah?
gonna.
Okay then. All right, banana. This is. It's a see you to the banana, man. It's an au revoir. Yeah, man. Like for me, so with a watermelon, it's like when I have it, it's during the summer and it's really hot. But then I have a cold watermelon, and like when you have that first bite of a watermelon when it's cold out the fridge during a hot summer's day, that feeling is there's nothing like it for me. So it's just that feeling. Like I can't ever not have that feeling, if that makes sense.
No,
so for that reason,
it's really similar to like biting into like a honeydew or a cantaloupe. Like one of those other melons.
One of those other melons.
Yeah, it's quite similar.
Yeah, but it's not like those though.
It's quite very similar.
It's not very similar. It's different. It's crunchy. You don't get that crunch with a cantaloupe or a honeydew melon.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
You just haven't had the right ones.
They're softer. They're like softer. They're like soft around the edges. Whereas like a good watermelon is crunchy and juicy.
Yeah.
Right? It's red.
I think it's enough of a like close thing.
So is your basis for get like not so you're not going to get rid of the banana, of course. Is it because there's nothing similar to a banana? Is that the main?
It's so useful. It's so
useful for what? It's
versatile.
A fruit. It's not a tool.
No, you can. Okay, for a start, it's so portable. You can just have it. It's just in your pocket. You got a banana in your pocket. Okay, walking around. Oh, I feel like can't carry around a whole watermelon. Okay. Like if you just want a cheeky bit of energy when you're like, and bananas you can eat at any time of the day, any day of the week, any week of the month, any month of the year. It's just always
available. It's always common. It's always there.
That's like getting rid of something.
There.
It's like getting rid of chairs, man. You're just like, you know what? No more chairs. You need it. It's an essential part of life. The banana. Do you understand? You're getting rid of that.
Yeah.
For a watermelon? Something you eat once a year, if that?
But it's that good.
If it's that good, why are you not eating it every day?
Because it's that good in certain situations.
Yeah, just for that little that one, the start of summer, let's have a watermelon. You're getting rid of bananas in my Weetabix?
I didn't ever have that feeling with a banana though. I never eat it.
You don't need to have that feeling. It's a whole...
Oh, wow, yeah. It's just I have a banana. It's like, it's a standard banana. It's like the millionth banana I've eaten. No, it's the same old banana. Oh, just soft.
What kind of bananas have you had?
Splodgy, soft. Just normal bananas that you get from the shops.
There's like varieties of banana that you don't even know about.
Okay, what, yellow, green? Is that what you're trying to talk about?
There's red bananas.
There's a red banana.
There's a red banana. You ever had a red banana?
See, bananas are so boring. Like they have to be different colours for it to be a bit jazzy. Oh, red banana. Oh, blue banana. Oh. That's how boring bananas are, man. They're so basic as a fruit, man. And there's no, like, should I tell you what, right? This is the other thing I look at, right? So you look at whether something is unique. So you're saying a banana is unique, right? There's nothing else like it.
Yeah.
For me, the amount of effort you have to go through to eat a fruit tells me how good that fruit is. So like, what's the other? Mango, right? The mango, you have to peel it.
No,
Do you know
I
what I
have
mean?
to.
You have to peel it.
You don't have to.
Do you just eat the mango with the skin on?
I don't, but you could.
Do you eat the mango with the skin on? Who
Could
eats the
do.
mango with the skin on?
If you wanted to. There you go. We got people here.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
But normally you peel it, right?
Kiwis.
Normally.
People eat kiwis with the skin on.
Yeah, kiwi's alright. Kiwi's okay.
Have you had kiwi with the skin on?
No.
You took a moment there.
Because I'm trying to think if I actually did. I'm pretty sure I don't. Okay, this is... I don't know if this is embarrassing.
Oh.
Normally,
Yeah.
my mum cuts my fruit. I don't know how to cut. I don't know how to take the skin off.
So
a
wait,
kiwi.
hold the phone.
Yeah.
The amount that a fruit tastes good to you is
Yeah.
how much effort your mum puts into preparing it.
Yeah. Not me, my mum. Because I think my mum loves me, right? But if my mum put in more effort to cut the fruit, then I know she loves me more. All right. With a banana, she wouldn't even pretend. She wouldn't even try to open it. She'd just give it to me. Right. With a watermelon, you're right. With a watermelon, I know how much blood, sweat, and tears have gone into that. You know when she puts out the watermelon boat of like the watermelon slices.
I've never been prepared.
See, that's how much effort I know my mum's put into it. And it's the same with the mango. I've never been given a mango to munch on with its skin on. I've always had it in the slices. But I never get that with a banana.
So like an apple is bottom tier for you. Because you don't even have to do anything.
No. Again, my mum slices my apples. My mum slices my apples. The only thing she doesn't slice are grapes. Right?
No, you can take the skin off. You should ask her to do that.
But like she doesn't, right? The only thing she just gives to me in its bare bones, right, is a banana and some grapes. But with grapes, they're nice, right? But with bananas, it's just a slodgy banana.
I think I've learned a lot about you.
So I've learned a lot
from
about
this
myself as
simple
well.
question.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's your ideal banana?
What's my ideal banana?
What's your ideal banana? Not in terms of size, but in terms of its... I don't know, man. In terms of
its ripeness.
Its ripeness, yeah, that's the word.
I think no green.
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah. No, I think some people might like.
Some people like green bananas. Do you like plantain? Plantain.
Yeah.
What's it? You said there's nothing like a banana.
Plantain is not like a banana.
Plantain is quite similar to a banana.
No, it's not.
I mean, literally looks like a banana.
I'm not putting plantain in my Weetabix. I'm not munching on a plantain. I'm just walking around. It's not an afternoon snack for me.
It's quite big, isn't it?
It's not the same thing. Doesn't have the same function.
I mean...
That what?
Plantain is a type of banana. So
It is a banana. So there you go. You've got rid of bananas as well. You've got rid of plantains as well. So we've got rid of all bananas.
I'm sorry.
Watermelon is a type of melon. Okay?
It's a type of melon, but it's different.
Yeah, no, but it's specific. It's like one melon out of the many melons.
Out of the many melons.
Melon.
Melly melons, yeah? Melly melons.
It's a good friend of mine, Melly Melon.
Melly melons.
But
I want to
bananas, you've just got rid of all types of bananas.
Okay, it boils down to this, right? Bananas, I'm not denying they're good. They are good, right? And they're, as you said, they're very reliable. They're very common. They're just there. Just there. They just exist, right? Whereas like when you bite into a cold watermelon, it's just in a hot summer's day, man. It's just, and that crunch, and it's just the water's flowing down your mouth. It's just like, and like let's give mangoes some love, man. Mangoes is
unquestionable.
Mangoes is top tier.
No one's getting rid of mangoes.
Mangoes is top tier.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Mangoes is top tier.
Yeah.
Watermelon is top tier.
No.
Bananas.
Watermelons are not
bananas.
top
Just
tier.
bananas.
Watermelons are
They're
not
common
top
for
tier.
a reason, right?
How often do you eat bananas?
It's like once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week.
Yeah.
And you're getting rid of that. Something you have once a year.
I don't. Do you crave bananas? I don't crave bananas.
Yeah, from time to time.
Oh, you really walk down the street and go,
Oh, I could do with banana.
Oh.
I don't think I've.
Where's my vape? Where's my banana? That's what you think.
I don't think I've ever
you don't have to crave watermelon, but sometimes when you have it in the right circumstances, it's that,
just
that-
hits
it's
the
that high.
spot.
It's that high, man. It's that drag. It just hits you. It just hits the spot. And there's nothing comparable to it.
I wouldn't get rid of something that always had my back, was there for me, day or night. You know, a part of my life, an essential part of my life, my other half, for something I have
Right.
once a year. Just a little
mean,
cheeky little high.
Just
No way.
the
Not
bog
happening.
standard high that you get every day.
Huh?
The same old banana.
It's there for me, man, when I need it. Whenever I need it.
I mean, okay. I'm just gonna have to agree to disagree on this. I'm afraid.
What else is there to do?
Has this really dampened your?
This is the
Are you
last.
really
This is
upset?
the last episode of this podcast I'm ever doing. Wow, this man, he's so disappointed in you right now.
Well, that's a very sad ending to the GrassTooth podcast.
The short-lived GrassTooth Podcast. If you like what you heard here today, why not consider
having some bananas? Today?
have a cheeky banana.
Have a cheeky banana.
Get your energy up, and then maybe like,
and see what I'm talking about.
maybe subscribe.
Same old banana.
We're gonna leave like banana, watermelon, and mango in the comments, and you guys go. The most liked one is the one you guys want to get rid of. Okay.
That you want to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, subscribe, tell your friends friends about this
The
podcast.
GrassTooth Podcast is here.
And that is a wrap. Peace out.